Coming up on Nightly News Podcast, Financial Literacy Month began this week. We'll tell you how UCF is helping students maintain healthy financial habits.
A study shows that there is a gap between the college success rates of minorities and non-minorities. We'll tell you how it's affecting some UCF students.
And the future of healthcare may involve robots. Learn how artificial intelligence is shaking up the status quo. Nightly News Podcast starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News Podcast. I'm Taya Britton.
And I'm Fritz Farrow. Today is Friday, April 5th, 2019.
April has been designated Financial Literacy Month in the United States since 2004. Organizations host events and workshops in an effort to promote the importance of financial literacy throughout the month. Nightly News Podcast reporter Tyler Fellerman has more.
With one of the biggest problems in the United States being student debt, Financial Literacy Month attempts to shine a light on those students without any financial plan for the future and with very little knowledge on finances. Third-year transfer student Logan Hughes talked to me about losing his scholarship after transferring to UCF.
It was tough. I didn't have to worry about money for the first 3 years. Part of the stipulation of that scholarship was that I not transfer and not change major. And so when life events forced that, I had to completely drop that scholarship, and I went from having that to having basically no financial assistance.
As an economic major, Hughes said he was able to take courses that have taught him how to balance his finances for the future. Senior finance professor Ray Sturm gave this advice for students trying to learn more about managing their personal finances.
You need to make sure you understand the terms that are being used. If you're buying a house, make sure you understand what points are. If you're investing money, make sure you understand what what a 401k means and what management fees mean and what spreads mean, things like that.
UCF does offer a personal finance class for those interested in learning how to manage and invest their personal finances. To go along with understanding your personal finances, UCF will also be offering a new healthcare course on the GEP this upcoming fall. The course is called Civil Engagement in the U.S. Healthcare System, and its goal is to teach students their role in the healthcare system. Mark Bush, the Undergraduate Health Service Administration Program Director, was behind the movement to get this course on the GEP.
They'll gain an insight of what the financial impact of healthcare is on them personally, as they understand how coinsurances, deductibles, as well as the premiums impact them.
Throughout the month of April, companies such as the Financial Educators Council and the Council for Economic Education will be releasing different workshops and resources for those interested in learning more about financial literacy. In Orlando, Tyler Fellerman, Nightly News Podcast.
Both the personal finance and healthcare courses are open to all majors and require no prerequisites.
A study shows there has been a gap between college success rates of minorities and non-minority students for decades. Although the problem has not been solved, students remain hopeful that changes to higher education equity will come. Here is our reporter Tiana Sconyers with more on this issue.
While minority population rates are significantly rising in higher education, their ability for longevity and success throughout college is slimmer than their non-minority counterparts. Most students who pursue education beyond the college level rely on grants and loans to finance their education, like most students who enter college, according to ncbi.gov. Shantae McLaughlin, a junior health sciences preclinical major, believes that minorities have to work much more to equate to other demographics.
It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel as if I have to work 10 times harder just to get to where they are.
Gabriella Pierre, a senior English language arts education major and nonprofit with other first-time students of different ethnicities and backgrounds.
Still going to be kind of nervous or kind of scary about me being not from a low-income background and not having the resources that other students have at that school.
This deficiency in community college outcomes compared to four-year universities reflect community colleges' lack of funding and capacity, according to YoungInvincibles.org. In Orlando, I'm Tiana Sconyers for Nightly News Podcast.
Students say bringing awareness to this issue can help change the demographic equity gap.
BRI Network held its third annual summit on the use of artificial intelligence in healthcare this year. The summit included demonstrations, presentations, guest speakers, and more. Nightly News podcast reporter Brendan Schaefer tells us how AI can become the next big thing in healthcare.
The 2019 Summit on AI in Healthcare was held on March 28th and offered its attendees an in-depth look at how artificial intelligence can change the very landscape of medicine as we know it. The event covered how facilities like Florida Hospital, Johns Hopkins, and even UCF's Medical City will benefit from artificial intelligence. Scripps Research Translational Institute founder Eric Topal says that AI can humanize healthcare in the sense that adopting advanced tactics will allow healthcare professionals to actually get in-depth analysis and proper treatment that they would not get otherwise. With further advancements in the use of AI, doctors and surgeons may be able to perform what was once considered the impossible, with operations like brain surgeries becoming essentially routine.
BRI Network holds health conferences and summits all throughout the year and all around the country. Information about the organization, its events, its sponsors, and contacts can be found on their website at brinetwork.com.
That's all our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always keep up with UCF Nightly News on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
And if you've got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynewsucf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.